everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name's Rhonda, better known as Mess Momma MD. On today's video, I am really excited because I'm not only doing a tag, but I am also doing a collab. So today's tag is If I Could Only Keep One, and I am collabing with Samantha March. So without further ado, let's get into what I would keep. So like I said, I am actually collabing with the one and only Samantha March. Now, if you guys don't know who she is, where have you been? No, I'm just joking. She's actually a published author, as well as she does have her own YouTube channel. She's all over Instagram. She makes the best Instagram videos. I kid you not. I watch them and I'm like, how can you do all of that in like 30 seconds or 60 seconds? But she does it and it's pretty amazing. So anyways, please make sure to go over and check her channel out. I will actually have her channel linked in my description box down below. She's actually doing, like I said, the exact same tag. We are collabing on this. I am so grateful for her. Thank you again, Samantha, for doing this collab video with me. I truly appreciate it. I actually reached out to her personally and said, hey, would you be interested? And I know that this idea came from Kelly Gooch, as well as I did also see Lauren May Beauty do this as well. But I think the original starter of it was Kelly Gooch, and I will actually have their videos of this tag listed below for you guys as well. But make sure to go over and check out Samantha March's channel. And if you are coming from Samantha March's channel to check out this tag, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for giving my channel a chance. I truly appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get into what I would keep. Can I just tell you guys, this literally took me a while to figure out, and I know that may sound completely crazy to some of y'all, like, girl, just pick. I'm a Gemini. I'm 100% a full-blown Gemini. So what I may like, you know, today, I may not like in a week. Or it's not that I won't like it, I'll just be over it and wanting to try something new. I constantly am like, let's try something else. Let's try something else. Oh, that's my favorite, but now this is my favorite. You know what I mean? I know I'm rambling, because you guys know I'm always coffee strong. So don't think that this is like my absolute favorites. These are just things that I think either have a multi-purpose or they would work all year round type of thing. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into it, because this has been a really long video thus far. So I'm going to attempt to go in order, but let's be honest, that probably won't happen, but I'm going to try. So I grouped it into, just like everybody else did, different categories and picking one item from each category. So the first item that I did pick, and I feel like this is something, this is why I chose it, is something I could use all year round. I mean, my gosh, it's spring and it's snowing, like literally snowing right now. Good times. Anyways, this Smashbox primer water, I feel like works with me all year round. It doesn't matter if it's cold out, doesn't matter if it's hot out. So this is my one that I would definitely keep. It's my go-to for something, like I said, I could use all year round. Next, this is where I really struggled, guys. Like, I was all over the place when it came to a primer, because as you guys may or may not know, if you ever check my description boxes, I normally list out 2 to 3 sometimes primers, and so I really needed to pick like one that would probably work for me all year round, but I chose this one because it's a multi-purpose type of primer in my book. It not only gives you a little bit of hydration, but it definitely gives you protection from the environment, as well as it not only primes your entire face, but it primes your lips, and it can prime your eyes, all of that good stuff. So with that being said, I did choose the Tarte Silk Canvas Primer because, like I said, I felt like it was a multi-use type of primer, as well as I'm pretty sure I can use this all year round. And the nice thing about this is you can also use it alone by itself. So if you're not feeling foundation on some days, this will work. Use a little concealer, a little powder, whoop, bam, boom, you're looking fine. So anyways, moving on from that, this is a foundation that I've actually never talked about on my channel. I just recently picked it up and I have been loving it. And in my book, it's very similar to either the MAC Pro Longwear or the MAC Studio Fix. And it's fairly inexpensive. I actually picked it up on sale at Ulta for like $6.49 or something. And that is the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. This really blew me away. I really like this. It also has sunscreen in it, so again, that's one of the reasons I chose it. It does offer a little bit of protection on my skin, but the coverage on it I really like, because it's not only, I feel like it can be like a full coverage type of foundation. It's medium with maybe buildable to full coverage. In my book, I can really load this up and make it look full coverage, but still look nice and natural and all of that good stuff. So that is why I chose the L'Oreal True Match. I'm really wordy, by the way, guys. If you're new to my channel, I talk a lot. To me, there's a loose powder, and then there's like, you know, a not loose powder, and there's like a pressed powder. So I chose from each of those. And so to set all over my face and everything, and I can get away with putting this under my eyes if I need to, that is the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder. I use the shade Cool Beige, and I mean, I go through this, but I really like this powder. It gives you like this really nice, smooth, natural look. Well, as natural as it can be since you're like, you know, putting a bunch of makeup on your face, but it's really pretty, and it's just one that is a go-to for me when it comes to loose powders. Now, for the pressed powders, I did choose the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation Powder. And again, this is something where it's like a multi-purpose. You can get away with using this with your foundation, or just using your primer and then foundation and concealer, and you're good to go. But for me, I know that I probably shouldn't have picked 2 powders, but I'm a Gemini. I'm just going to use that excuse. Okay, moving on from that, I am going to talk about my concealers. I chose the Maybelline Age Rewind. Now, I know some of you are probably like, oh, but that's not what's always in your description. You know, normally it's ColourPop. ColourPop was a very, very close second, guys. The reason I chose the Age Rewind is because sometimes my under eyes can get very dry depending on what season it is, and if I were to consistently use the ColourPop concealer every single day, this will really start to dry out my under eyes, just like the Tarte Shape Tape will. However, with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, for me, it will not dry out my under eyes ever. Like ever, never, ever. So that is why I ended up choosing that one. Okay, so moving on to my bronzer and contour. Oh goodness. Okay, so this is where I had an issue again. I know that there's not technically a bronzer category and then a contour category. So I have my 2 favorites. You guys will see this a lot in my description box, but my number 1 would be my ColourPop bronzer in the shade Private Party. As you guys see, I have hit pan. I like the fact that it's only like $8, and now ColourPop is sold in Ulta, so you can also get Ulta reward points on there. But this, I would say, is definitely my go-to bronzer. It definitely like warms up the skin, and if you really have to contour with it, you have that option, as well as this looks really pretty on the eyelids. Like, you can't really see it, but it's like this real nice, like, natural glow to it. It's almost like a satin type of finish, and I really, really like this. So second runner-up, or whatever it's called, or first runner-up, is, yeah, it's first runner-up. I'm really getting this messed up. That is the Benefit Hoola Bronzer, and this, honestly, I don't ever bronze my skin with it. I do my contour with it. So that's why I'm like, ooh, can there be 2 categories for that? No. Okay. So like I said, this was first runner-up, just like the ColourPop was first runner-up. So for blush, this came really, really easy for me because I received this in my Boxycharm. I believe it was, ooh, March? Was it the March Boxycharm? I don't know. I'm getting my Boxycharms messed up, guys. But I did receive this one, and I have to tell you guys, this is by Pretty Vulgar, and this is in the shade Hush Blush, and this has been my go-to blush. I feel like whether I am pale, whether I am self-tanned, either way, this color, this shade, this formula just works great on my skin. So this was like an easy pick for me, surprisingly enough. Anyways, as far as the highlighter went, for me, this was pretty easy, like easy peasy, because this seems to be like my go-to highlighter. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter. I mean, you guys, look at that. It's so pretty. You can build it up. You can get crazy with it. You can go really soft with it. As well as I feel like it's a multi-purpose type of highlighter. So this, for me, this was another one that was just an easy pick. It's been my go-to, and I really enjoy that highlighter. Okay, as far as brows, I threw a brow category in there because why not, you know? Actually, it may have already been in there. I don't know. I can't remember, guys. I am lucky to remember what I ate for breakfast. That's how scatterbrained I can be. Anyways, my go-to for my brows has been the Benefit Ka-Brow, and this is in the shade number 2. I will occasionally use the number 3, but the number 2 is always my go-to. You guys can see I've really gotten into that and enjoy it. I everything about it, the formula. And if I had to only pick one brow product for the rest of my life, Ka-Brow. If there is a primer category for your eyelashes, I had to throw it in there, guys. That is the L'Oreal Voluminous Eyelash Primer. If you want like full, long, luxurious looking lashes, prime them. I've told so many people that they've tried other mascaras and they're like, well, it kind of bleeds or it flakes and things like that. And I'm like, do you use a primer? And they're like, no. I'm like, try it. Even if you only buy this like $7 eyelash primer from L'Oreal. It's very good, and you will not you won't see the bleeding, you won't see it like flaking or anything like that, and I highly recommend it. And I had to make it a category. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so here's where I struggled again when it came to mascara. You guys know I am a mascara junkie. If you don't, you do now. And I have been very obsessed with the Essence lashes. This especially the hashtag lashes of the day. This mascara, I feel like it just not only lengthens but really thickens the lashes. So I really struggled when it came between this one and my L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I just couldn't decide. So when it came down to it, I'm like, girl, you got to use it for the rest of your life kind of thing. I chose the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara only because I feel like it lasts longer and doesn't dry up as fast as the Essence Lashes of the Day. When it came down to which one is my favorite, it would be Essence. But which one would last longer? It was the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I know sometimes my reasoning might be a little goofy. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about my favorite eyeliner. And this one was an easy peasy one for me as well. I absolutely love the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eyeliners. I think they're absolutely amazing. They're nice, they're creamy. You just barely tap your either tight line or waterline and it's like bam, it's there. And the nice thing about it is I don't find that it like bleeds or anything like that on me. So, and my favorite one is the Perversion shade. It's just black, but I really enjoy it. It's my go-to eyeliner and I didn't struggle on picking this one. Now when it comes to lipstick, I did a lip gloss and a lipstick category, and I believe Samantha's doing that as well. I didn't necessarily go for what lasts the longest. I went with what is the most comfortable, and then I sat down and thought about it a little bit more, and I was like, what is your go-to shade? What are you most comfortable in? What do you use a lot? And that was my Lorac Duchess lipstick. I love this. It's not crazy long wearing, but it's so creamy. It's a nice neutral type of pinky mauve shade, and I'm actually wearing it today. And it's just one of my go-to lipsticks that I really enjoy wearing. Okay, so as far as lip gloss, I wanted to be really realistic on this, and again, it was which lip gloss do you reach for the most? Like, went through my collection, and I'm telling you guys would probably laugh if you actually had seen like my whole thought process behind picking my favorites. I mean, I get a little OCD, I guess. So anyways, with that being said, I did choose my L'Oreal Infallible 8-Hour Lip Gloss. This is in the shade Dolce de Leche number 825. And I've talked about this in the past, and it's a really close dupe to the Fenty Beauty Gloss. Only this one lasts longer, and it's not as like tacky. And it's really been my favorite go-to. It has a little bit of sparkle in it, but not too much. So yeah, that is my favorite lip gloss. I really struggled when it came to picking my eyeshadow palettes, guys. Like, I really struggled on this one. So let me give you second runner-up and first runner-up, and then we will talk about the winner and why. So my second runner-up was the Bad Habit Athena palette. This is probably one of, if not my favorite Bad Habit palette. I mean, look how beautiful it is, and it performs well. I mean, it builds well, it blends out well, it's very pigmented, and it's just a really pretty palette. If you guys don't know, this is a dupe for the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. I actually did a Is It a Dupe or Just a Waste of Money video on it. I will try and remember to link it below or leave it at the end of this video, but I love this palette. It's so pretty. When I look at it, it really gets me thinking. Like, I could do a cool look, I could do a warm look, I could, you know, do a neutral look. There's a lot of looks you could create with it. But was it one I wanted to have for the rest of my life if I could only keep one? And I was like, nah. So then I pulled out my Anastasia Soft Glam palette because I think this is so pretty. But again, it's more neutral, and yes, you can do a soft look. Yes, you can do a glam look and really smoke things out, but is it really one I want for the rest of my life? And I was like, no. That's when I came across my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. And I mean, could you really go wrong with this palette? Because when I really sat and thought about it, I'm like, some of the looks that I create with my Soft Glam palette, I could create using this Jaclyn Hill palette. Same with the Athena palette. Like, okay, so there's not every color like there is in the Athena palette, but I'm pretty sure I could at least, like the neutral look that I use with the Athena palette, I could do with this one, you know, and some of the warm looks that I do with the Athena palette, I could do with the Jaclyn Hill palette, as well as I can do like these nice little pops of colors in here, kind of similar to what I'm, you know, wearing on my lids today. So I'm like, yeah, this would have to be my go-to palette. And if I ever happen to run out of that Amrezy highlighter, I could always use one of these shades as a really pretty highlighter, or brow bone highlight, or whatever. So that was my go-to eyeshadow palette when I really started thinking about it. But like I said, it took me a while. Like, I even went to my daughter Haley. If you guys have seen our videos of Ipsy versus Ipsy, mother versus daughter, I'm like, which one? Like, I have so, like, I just could not think of one until I really sat down and thought about it. And I'm like, I pulled my two favorites, then I sat down and looked at the Jaclyn Hill, and I'm like, okay, this is where it's at. So I do want to talk about my setting spray. This is like my go-to setting spray that I think this is just a cult favorite. Well, actually, I know it's a cult favorite, and that is the MAC Fix Plus. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. If you are like me and you sometimes get a little crazy with your powder and you need your face to look a little bit more natural, you just hit it with some of this. You want your highlight to pop, you hit it with this. You want your eyeshadow to pop, you hit it with this. I mean, this is another multi-use type of tool, and it's fabulous. And like I said, it's a cult favorite. Okay, guys, so that is everything. If I could only keep one. Like I said, this is a collab with Samantha March, so make sure to check my description box below so you can jump over to her channel and see if she could only pick one, what her items would be. I want to thank you again, Samantha, for collabing with me and doing this tag. Like I told you when we were messaging, this had me thinking. Like, you guys, I challenge all of you all out there watching this video to pick, if you could only pick one, what would you pick? This is not an easy challenge, at least not for me. So anyways, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below, as well as the subscribe button and the little bell right next to it so you can be notified every time that I upload a video. And don't forget, check out Samantha's channel and see what her keepers were for her challenge. So until next time, my friends, as always, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. Kisses from Kentucky. Bye!